Welcome back to another episode of Flying Brown's Garage. Today, I've actually got quite a bit to do. But I'm going to start out here. Show y'all what I did last night. One of them was finally got the shell for the Landau roof painted on my town car. The Landau was all screwed up. I took it off. I didn't want to take the shell off because it looks like shit. So I just painted the shell white to look like a Landau. Cheap, easy fix. So, last night I came through. I went to Home Depot. I got some welding wire. I got a new grinder, finally. I went to Harbor Freight for the welding wire and the grinder. Some cutting blades. Went to Home Depot, got a tube of sealant for the house that I needed to do something on. Got some spray paint. I had a gift card I needed to max out. So I got 2 cans of flat black. And as you can see, I finally got all this painted up. And it looks really good. Painted the wheels to match all the way around, so everything is now has kind of a black tone to the rest of it, you know. Bumper's looking good, wheels are looking good, frame's looking good. I even sprayed up the rack back here. So also, I had to get the welding wire because our arms snapped from my riding mower. So I had to, there's a lot of flag on that. I had to get some welding wire to fix that. I got a yard job to go do today. And then I also constructed a bumper last night. This guy here, it is square steel tubing that was given to me by the next door neighbor, and I just welded it to the frame and welded it together. My weld's going around all the way around up under it, painted it up. I think it looks pretty stout, pretty good. So today I gotta go do a job first, and then I'm coming back and we're gonna build a headache rack out of galvanized tubing for the rear. So I'm gonna have 2 posts coming out and then up to about here, and then I'll have one welded across. That'll help me take my garbage can down and other things, and plus it'll just be a good headache rack for the seat. Another thing I did last night is I finally did my idea here where I welded up a pole on the end of this guy so I could slide my weights on, and I did it at an angle so they won't come off. You see what I did down here, I welded that to the front bumper and then a tube, square tubing. And then I did do a little bit more on the back of this here. Actually, we might end up doing 2 projects. I don't know if I'm going to do separate videos or do it in the same video, but I actually need to come through and add some more stabilizers for this arm here so it doesn't bend when I put pressure on it. Well, it don't bend, it just flexes at the bottom, and I need to add some supports. But since the last video, I actually added this stabilizer bar going across, and I strapped it up for now, but I've got to get something a little more sturdy on there. I have pulled an engine and a whole rear axle with this so far, and it actually works really good. I actually towed a tractor with it, so it was able to actually pick the front of the tractor up and just go. So pretty proud of that. It works good. It's just what I needed it to do, saving on my back. But I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to go do this job real quick. When I get back, we're going to 2 projects. Like I said, the headache rack for the rear of that tractor, and then we're going to do some more stabilizing on the boom winch crane type thing that I got going on in the back of here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do what I gotta do, and see you guys in a few minutes. Alright guys, finally back at the shop for the evening. Got that job done. Unfortunately I haven't got paid for it yet, but you know, it's because the city closed and it's a city job and all that good stuff, because I'm subbing out a few jobs from the city, next city to us, little town over there. So I have to wait till tomorrow to get paid, but you know, no big deal. But besides that, I'm back at the shop. Just got everything out to go ahead and mock up and get the headache rack built for the red tractor here. I do want to say, I bought this little grinder from Harbor Freight, and you know, I'm not a sponsor of anything, but you know what, this little $14 bastard ain't bad. But here's the deal. These tools here are only for if you're not using them constantly every day, because this tool wouldn't last for an everyday, all-day type of use. Like if you are a welder and you're constantly using a grinder, this ain't gonna do for you. But you know, for someone like me who's out here, you know, fucking with shit every now and then, and you know, does what I need it to do. It's actually pretty decent. It spins 12,000 RPM, so it's got a little, it's actually got a guard on it, you know. My grinder didn't come with a guard, because a buddy of mine actually gave it to me, so it wasn't a new grinder. It was well used, and it came without the guard, so I ran it for a long time, but I was always worried about getting my fingers. I have got my fingers before with a grinder. It sucks. I've cut all the way down to the bone with one, and that kind of cut hurts. It's a dull cut. It ain't a sharp cut. It rips skin off. So I'm getting a little too old to be losing limbs and all that good stuff. So I'm trying to take it a little easier on myself now. See them gray hairs grow in, and my back's getting all bad and stuff. I don't bounce like I used to. So I got to take extra precaution. Call me a wimp, whatever. I don't give a damn. I like my guard. I like my fingers. So, but like I said, it's a pretty decent little grinder. It does the job. It's a little Warrior. I think they traded they used to be Chicago Electric, but I guess they traded their cheap brand from that to Warrior, and I kind of like these better anyway. I don't like the trigger on it at all, but you know, when you don't have a lot of money, you can't be too picky. I just keep my thumb near it in case I got to cut it off. But it's a little compact grinder, so I can actually get this in a few tighter spots if I couldn't get the other one. So, you know, good deal. But I'm actually going to build this headache rack out of galvanized. I know it's not the sturdiest metal, but it's what I got. It's what's going to work, and you know, we're going to make it work. So with that being said, I've actually got some square tubing over here that I could use if I wanted to, but you know, I really want to save that for another project. I feel like I'm, you know, probably end up building another bumper at some point soon, or actually I know I want to build some wheelie bars for the dragster. because I plan on taking it and swapping the transaxle out on that. It's not fast enough. When I got the beast up and running the other day and I saw how fast that thing was, I was like, this racer is stupid slow. This ain't gonna cut it. So I'm actually probably gonna end up finding me an MST 206 or a Spicer like I got in here. Anywhere from a 5 to 7 speed transaxle, and I'm going to actually swap out that hydrostatic because it's just not gonna do the trick. But you know, I'm gonna quit talking, quit blabbering. I'm gonna get to going ahead and mocking up what I got going on here, get everything, see where it's gonna fit, all that good stuff. Go ahead, cut, start welding some stuff. So I'm gonna get back on the camera here soon and get with y'all with some progress. All right, so I actually went and got fancy and did a little, you know, notching. So it actually looks pretty good. I've already got this side tacked up here. I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom, except for the spot that's bent, and I'm going to run a tab, or bead a weld around that side, and then cut it down to size, and then I'll be ready to mod up the other. So I'm actually going to just set y'all up right here. I'm gonna finish this little weld right here. This is galvanized and it's really thin. Not really thin, but I mean it's pretty thin, so I'm trying to kind of feather or bead on there instead of trying to just do it all at once, so it don't melt through the metal. Plus, you're not supposed to breathe this stuff in. It's got toxins that release. And I don't have a ventilator that fits with my hood, so what I'm doing is I'm standing in front of a fan. I'm holding my breath while I weld this, and then when I'll come up for a second and I'll stand in front of the fan and breathe in fresh air. Because I got another fan that's pushing this smoke out. Especially when you ain't got good on start with. Oh. Yeah. Alright. I want to get ready across the bottom. like shit, but they're not too bad. And just before y'all start criticizing me, I taught myself how to weld. And I think that's pretty good for someone to taught themselves. I just looked at the shit and was like, that don't look too hard, you know. Person with common sense can figure out a lot of things. So I just started watching videos and playing with it. Next thing you know, I'm running beads. I mean, they're not the best beads, but they penetrate. They hold. I haven't had anything really break on me except for the steering rod. And that was because I pulled it the wrong way. I was yanking it with the other tractor and it snapped. So that was operator error. But other than that, I mean, you know, they don't look the best, but damn it, they hold, and that's all that matters to me. I'd rather figure it out myself and do it real cheap than pay someone to do all this shit for me. I'm the kind of man that just figures it out on his own. So what I'm gonna do, set y'all up. I'm gonna take her over there to the red tractor. Actually, hell, let's just set you up yonder. Seat down. Hell, right at the bend would be perfect. Let's get this one finished. Get it cut, get it finished. Move on to the next one. See, it really isn't bad. Not for a cheapo. Alright. We got our first pipe for the head rack locked up. It's still a little hot, so I'm going to sit it in the trailer. We're going to go ahead. Move on to our next one. We're going to notch this one. That one didn't turn out the best, but I can work with it. This is actually my first time notching and bending like this. So you know what? Practice makes perfect. You just have to keep working at it. Keep working with things. You'll end up getting just like I always do. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and weld up this one because there ain't no reason for y'all to watch that. Y'all have already seen me weld up quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and get this one welded up, cut, mocked up on there. Probably go ahead and weld them up on there, and then I'll get y'all back on here on the camera. So I will see y'all as soon as I get that done. Alright. Here's our progress on the headache rack. It's mainly going to be for helping get the trash can down the driveway, but it's also going to be used for a little, you know, little protection barrier, a little back bumper action going on. I decided to put one going across just to, you know, strengthen it up a little bit, but it's actually, everything's bent and welded. That's welded onto there. You see where I got the pipe welded onto the back of the tractor. And I mean, it's pretty sturdy. So I think it'll be able to do a little bit. But I'm actually getting the top secured now. And then once I get it secured, this thing will be done. So I'm going to go ahead and weld around these areas here. And then I'm going to call this project good to go. So I'm going to get to it. Alright guys, finished product. Everything's all welded up. I don't have caps on these, but I might end up storing stuff inside of them. I don't know. I mean, I think it looks pretty damn good. It's different. That's for sure. But I like it. Sturdy for galvanized, of course. It'll be enough to haul my trash can down. So, yeah, buddy. Just tilt it, put the handle up here, ratchet strap around that, drive it all the way down the driveway. So, that was kind of the plan to start with, and then, you know, that's her tractor, my wife's tractor, and if she ever comes to ride with me, you know, maybe that'll keep people from running into the back of it. Just in case they do. But, you know, for eyeballing, and I did just eyeball it, it's pretty damn straight. So, I'm digging it. I'm going to bring her out here and see what she thinks about it. But, hope you guys like this little quick video. You know, just getting some stability built up on these things, and easier way to tow different things around the yard. So if you have any questions about this build, you know, always comment down below. I'll answer as much as I can. Remember to go like and check out Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat if y'all are into that. You know how it is. Till then, see you guys on the next episode.